two 56-year-old guys. 40.
Riley is still leading through Hockey Hollow, the beginning of the first downhill. She's through in 16:45. Melody is 20 seconds back. Russ's split, 3 minutes later, shows that he's lost a minute to the leaders. Behind them, Jamie's split at the top of the steps was the same as Riley's. And in Mill Valley, the 8-minute head start group, the Scratch Women's group, is ready at the start.
R, the starting line, and T to the slash corral. The R group, 11-year-old guys, 54 to 55-year-old.
No, I'm trying to win. Absolutely. That is the main focus of what Tommy is excited about here.
That is why we're out training hard, because I personally want to do well, and especially given the opportunity to win the thing again. I want to do well. It's not the end of the world to me if I wouldn't win, but I want to put my best foot forward and perform well too. I mean, the race deserves it. It's an honorable endeavor, and I am into that.
It's our big event. I mean, it's Marin County's main running event, and we're thinking about it from the day after the race until the next race. And a lot of people are thinking about it. I mean, they get 4,000 people to try to get in the race, and they can only take 1,500. Everybody wants to sort of be a part of it, and we've been doing our best for however long it's been, 20 years, and we want to win. Of course we do. It's like I keep going back to those Italian hill towns with their traditions. The Siena has that Il Paolo race, the horse race, where they have 17 neighborhoods, and each neighborhood puts up a horse every year, and they've been doing it for 1,000 years. And those guys want to win. That's what it's all about. It's their big local, it's a really big event in a little pond. And
Right.
that's exactly what we have here.
Our
And
local event.
It's our biggest event. I mean, for us, it's way bigger and way more important and way more compelling than the Super Bowl or something. That's not a local event. That's not our thing. But if I had to choose between, being able to watch the Super Bowl and being able to participate in the Dipsea, hands down, we do this. This is what it's all about.
Right.
So, of course, we're trying to win.
Riley and Melody look comfortable cruising down the road to Muir Woods. But the first sketchy downhill of the race, the steep and loose suicide shortcut, is just ahead. 18 minutes and almost 2 miles back, Roy Rivers and his group are about to start. And fast forward 7 minutes, back to Muir Woods Road, Jamie continues to match, but not beat, Riley and Melody's splits. Riley and Melody are off to a great start.
My name is Melody Ann Schultz, and I've run the Dipsea probably close to 11 times now. I think it's 11 times, and won it 3 times. 1999, 2003, and 2006. I know you don't want to talk about the double Dipsea, but I won the double Dipsea 3 times as well. And ironically, in 2003? 2003, I won the Dipsea by 5 minutes 33. And I went, no, you're going to knock things over, Destry and Sunny. You cannot wrestle here Sunny. What did you do? Okay, well, you just need to sit quietly. Would you like to go inside and read some books? Okay, you go inside and read some books. Oh, Sunny, are you going to sit here or are you going to go in and read some books? Come on, you kiddies. Okay. I'll open it like this and you push against the door. So you can scrap out all that if I just answer the question. I only started running at about 46 years of age. 45, because my daughter had just been born. And at first I thought I was just a jogger, and then began running. And by when was it? I don't know. It was 1992. I turned 50, and I decided I was going to do a marathon. I didn't know what sort of time I was going to do. I did a 3:12:28, and I missed the record by 14 seconds. And I didn't know that. And then for the next 10 years, I guess I sat on 3 hours 12. For every other marathon I did, except for Boston, which was 3:20. And it was my winning Boston that got me into the Dipsea. Because I'd tried 3 or 4 times before that to get in, and I didn't know the procedure, and I was trying to get into runners. And then somebody said to me, well, why didn't you just tell them that you won the Boston? And I wrote that on my application form, and then I was in.
And the scratch runners to the slash
24 minutes after Rally and Melody, Mark's group is set to go. To win, Mark will have to pass over 600 runners in the next 48 minutes, most along a single-track trail. And because of the way the head starts play out, he would not likely take the lead until the finishing stretch. After Mark's start, only Alex's zero head start group, the scratch runner group, is left.
This is Wednesday, and I'm extremely tired. I had a long, hard race on Sunday. I did data breakers. I was a part of the winning Centipede team. We just missed the world record by 20 seconds. So we ran 7.5 miles across San Francisco at 5:03 pace per mile. And it was an all-star team with just sponsor guys from all over California, and including myself and Alex Varner. Alex was the fastest time winner last year at the Dipsea. We squeaked in on that team, and we definitely helped out. So that gives the Dipsea a lot of credibility. A lot of people talk about, oh, the Dipsea doesn't have any good local talent or any national world-class younger guys. And Alex Varner and I were disproving that. For the last 9 months, we've been encouraging each other and feeding off each other's drive and, focus on the Dipsea. Both of us want to win. And if he wins, I'll be really happy for him. If I win, I know he's going to feel the same way, but our goal is to go 1-2.
The Dipsea gets crowded for the small head start runners. Passing becomes a challenge and a factor in the race. Despite the traffic, Roy has gained 3 minutes on the leaders through Hockey Hollow. And Mark and Alex have each gained over a minute on Roy. As told in Barry Spitz's History of the Dipsea Race, one of the greatest Dipsea stories, that's also a great illustration of the challenges facing the low-handicap runners, is the 1970 Dipsea Race, and the 35-year saga of Norman Bright. The story begins in 1935 as Bright, a top distance runner of the day, made his Dipsea debut. Bright ran the day's fastest time, but finished second, behind a runner with a 5-minute head start. Bright tried again in 1937. Coming off a record-setting win in San Francisco's Cross City race, Bright was in top form. He trained very hard on the course, finding shortcuts, cutting brush, opening fences, and more. His work paid off. Bright broke the 25-year-old course record with a running time of 47:22. But again he finished second, this time to a runner with a 6-minute head start. Bright did not return to the Dipsea for 33 years. In 1970, Bright, now 60 years old and challenged with failing eyesight, but still the course record holder, returned to the Dipsea race. His preparations were again tireless. He made over 20 trips from Seattle by bus to practice on the course. This time, Bright won the race, finishing in under 60 minutes at 60 years old in the 60th annual Dipsea. But the story did not end there. 60 seconds after Bright, the second-place finisher broke Bright's course record, and then less than 2 minutes later, the third-place finisher, Don Makela, established an even faster time. Not one of 3 course records, set in a span of 58 years, was good enough to win the Dipsea race. At 15:30, Marcus hit the bottom of Dynamite, the abrupt start to the 2-mile-long, 1,100 vertical foot climb that's the heart of the Dipsea race. Many slowed to a walk up Dynamite, but Mark will have to grind it out and pass hundreds along this narrow, rooty, and rocky section. Meanwhile, Rally, Melody, Russ, Jamie, and Roy are well ahead on the climb, running free and clear of the crowds.
The hardest thing on race day is changing gears and getting around people, I think. Because it's like you're waiting, and then your window's there, and you have to be able to sprint and jump through it, and then keep going, and it happens a couple hundred times.
Yep.
Are there people who are put off because they can't win? Absolutely. Most people I talk to were like, why would you ever do that if you don't have a shot at winning? Like, why, you have 700 people to pass. Why would you ever run a race where there's 700 people out on the course in front of you? I don't know. It's a challenge.
You never know. For Alex and I, there's always that chance that we could. I think every year we
run the race thinking that there's a chance we could win. And if we don't, it's all right.
If we don't, you still have everybody going, holy crap, you passed 698 people.
It's not the end of the world if you don't win, but there's always a chance that we can.